welcome back.
No,
Can I
you
do
say it. You
Do you
have
want
to
to?
say it. No, I can't. Can't do it.
I can't get started.
I can't do it.
Welcome back to Bridles, Bits and Bottles.
Or
Well,
boobs.
boobs.
It depends. We might get taken down off of Instagram first, will we? Through the video.
Sure.
Doesn't matter. It is what it is.
I got over Christmas. Was it WhatsApp? Christmas morning. They banned me on WhatsApp for spam.
For spam.
Yeah, I have a feeling, and we've all been political now. I don't know. I think it was actually just it was an accident, but I just blamed it on the fact that I had pro-Palestinian stuff on my Instagram, and they're all linked.
Okay.
I don't know.
They're watching, lads. They're always watching.
I'm
a bit paranoid. I'm listening to a lot of audio books about US government stuff. I think I'm paranoid.
She's going to be on the hit list next.
You're coming for me. We're putting it out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. You can't touch me now.
So come here. Tell me, Anna. Kids and getting back on the horse after pregnancy.
Yeah. See,
how long did it take you?
5 weeks after Cahill. Not a good idea. Had a section. Decided. Now, to be fair, me and Bambi were coming back from maternity leave.
Okay.
We were both in it together.
So take it slow.
So we took it slow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, take it slow. After Lani, I'd say I was back up. I had her myself, so I was back up. I'd say the week after. But that was a therapy thing nearly. And then, excuse me, I'm going to. Sorry, I went down the wrong way. And then on Rua, I'd say I was a good 6-7 weeks, maybe a little more. I was quite sore actually after Rua. I think because I'd done 2 pregnancies 1 year.
Did you have a section?
I had a section on Rua, a planned section, emergency in Cahill, of course. Because he's so dramatic still. 2 days took him to come and he just wasn't coming. And then they still cut me open and took him out.
You're coming out no matter what.
And trauma. Speaking of which,
there's loads of it between the two of us.
Awful. I remember being in the waiting room after having him, the whatever you call that. And there was a woman across from me who had a bit of toast. And I said to the nurse, 2 days I gave her to have him. Can I have a bit of toast? And she goes, oh no, pet, there for the women who pushed. I started crying, but she meant it in a nice way. She just meant you can't have it because you had a section. The women who pushed you. I burst into tears and she was like, no, I didn't mean like that. I was like, it's okay. So I stayed to wait another few hours, but I was traumatized. But she didn't actually mean in a mean way. She was walking past me. It was 1 a.m. We were all a bit horrified with the situation that had gone on. And and then James said, I didn't have to have a baby. Can I have a cup of coffee at least? So he got a cup of coffee.
See this?
Yeah. I had to breastfeed. He got coffee.
Well, I suppose
it's a wonderful experience. Everyone should do.
C-section or the toast?
Well, I don't know.
That is the best toast in tea.
Everyone
says best tea and toast. It actually is.
Yeah. No, it was when I was allowed the breakfast.
I really like tea. Like I do drink it, but
when I was allowed it was the best. Yeah. No, it was the best.
I think I was out of hospital 2 days after on all of mine.
Jeez.
But I wasn't really riding anyway. I had the Yazdu and I just went pretty much
back at it.
Straight back at it.
I think you're just better off. Barring you of things that you have to mind.
Yeah, well if you have a C-section and scars.
Yeah.
Well, saying that, I did have stitches, like.
Yeah. You can use your imagination now. She didn't have a section, she had stitches, so.
Yeah, I think it was on
if you're
TMI and skip it for 30 seconds if you want.
Yeah.
Was it on Rue?
I think it was Rue.
It was Ruben. And he wasn't even overly big. And the doctor in question, very good doctor, she turned around and she said, I'll do my best, but I can't work miracles. I'm no plastic surgeon. And I was like, great.
It's just as well no one takes pictures down there.
45 minutes.
Jesus Christ. I'd take a section any day over it.
Did it take you 45 minutes to staple you up?
Can't remember. I was numb out of it. I was just numb from the waist down. Or from like the chest down.
Yeah.
Don't know. Took ages. I was just relieved there was a baby out of me.
I had the epidural on the first one, and I still felt what they did. And I said, then I was like, ow, and he goes, you can't feel that. And I was like, I actually can.
Yeah, no, that happened to me on Cahill. When they went in for the section, they actually had to do 2 spinal blocks on me because they had the curtain up. When they went to, look, we won't go into it, but I felt it, and it was all like hands up everywhere. And your man was like, you didn't feel that? I was like, no, I did. And they were like, it was like playing, can you feel this? Yeah. Can you feel that? Yeah. No, scalpels just came up. They were like, spinal blocks. And then he said, this doesn't work, Anna, we have to knock you out. I felt like saying, just knock me out. I slept for 2 days, fine, just knock me out.
And you've had general before, have you?
Yeah.
Many times?
No. Once.
I felt like I was asleep forever.
Once, yeah.
I had it once. And
I had it on my wisdom teeth.
Yeah. Actually, again, I don't know, I should say TMI or trigger warning, but between...
We should have a poster that comes along. Warning.
Do not listen to them. Between Rue and Arlo, I had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
It was between Rue and Arlo, wasn't it? Okay.
It was Rue and Arlo, yeah.
It was between Rue and Arlo, I had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And the day that it happened, I had the farrier coming. Hi, Raymond. And I remember he was coming at like 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock or something. This is at 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh crap, what do I do? Into the bathroom, back out. And I said to him, look, I said, I might have to run to the bathroom. I said, this is not a good time. He goes, Emily, what are you doing? I said, well, the fact is, there's nothing I can do. That's it. There's nothing I can do. The horses need doing. If I go in, I don't know how long I'm going to be in. You're here now. Let's just get it done. And I remember ringing the hospital, and I think that's just, I don't know if you do that in any other industry, like horsing and farm.
I think
horses
you're very
and farming.
good to compartmentalise. You just, you know this has to be done, and you just
like, you know the science, you know the facts. There's nothing that could have been done. I remember ringing the hospital saying, you know, this is happening, and they said you need to come in straight away, and I said I'll be in at 2 o'clock because I have farrier coming at 12, and they were like, what? And I was like, well, there's literally nothing that we can do. This is. No. I know from what's happening that this is it. This is the end. There's no. Oh, let's go in and let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. No, it was done.
That was it.
Yeah.
And it was horrendous. But I knew then if the yard was on, I'd have one less thing to worry about. And it was in the height of COVID as well. So it was kind of, you just had to get on with it. But I did, and I went in for the general then, and the surgeon was saying to me, he was like, geez, he said, you're okay with all this? And I said,
well, you had to be.
It has to be.
You have no choice.
In there by myself, poor Keen in the car park. Like,
I know.
I say it's probably worse for him than it was
because you...
for me, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
So 2 days in there, but I knew the horse's feet had been done. And I'm not even one of those that would say, like, wear this as a badge of honour, you know, this is a great idea. This is just, those are the facts.
Well, those are the facts. That's the reality of it, isn't it? Babies. That's why this is called babies' bottles. Bits, bottles, babies' boobs.
It's not called babies.
It's never going to go in. I just can't. Can't do it. We're going to have to get a little note here. And I can say, hashtag.
Yeah, actually, that's
follow us on.
Yeah. So, I think after that I was back on the horse. Like, I wasn't really riding at that stage, but I was back on a bit sooner because it had happened quite early on. And then the pregnancies, I think I rode during my first one a few times up to a certain... Oh, actually, South Africa. I was in South Africa and I went riding then, and it must have been...
That was on Elliot.
Elliot. I must have been 6 or 7 months pregnant on a horse I didn't know. Yeah. But they're well used to it, like, you know.
Yeah.
You'd have a feel. If you have a feel for a horse...
When you feel safe. Yeah, you know pretty quick. Yeah. I mean, it's not something I suppose you have to recommend, but you know yourself when you're in that work area. But we were talking about the last episode about how the changes are there and things have come in with the holding the rankings. But getting back on a horse is a very different experience.
I think you
lose
your bottle a bit.
My core was gone. No, my bottle wasn't bad, but I got on a horse I really knew, and I trusted with my life. When I'd start getting back on the baby horses, that was different.
Did you feel like you were a little bit more worried than you were before?
Yeah, I was more conscious of the fact that if I fell off and got hurt, there was somebody there. What I found really hard was my confidence around fellow people I used to jump with and jump against.
Okay.
That really was hard because I wasn't the same shape. I was a lot looser. My core was looser. I could feel my legs were looser. I felt a little more wobbly. And everyone would be really positive, saying, "Guys, great to see you back," but you knew you weren't exactly what you were before.
Yeah.
And you kind of felt like, "Oh God, I'm not going to get back to where I was." And you may not. I'm still not back to where I'd like to be, but I'm better than I was a few months back.
Hormones and age play a huge part in it, I think, as well. It's not just the pregnancy aspect. Of course, it doesn't help. So, on the other side of the coin, like, I was in the gym. I was in the gym constantly.
You were brilliant,
I was full snatching. Like, now, it's not a heavy weight, but 35, 37 kg the day before I had Ruben. Because he was like a week or two early.
Yeah.
I was just maintaining what I did. I didn't do any more. But by
You're
God.
right, because you text me. This one texted me coming out of the gym asking about a dress for a wedding that was coming up. Didn't hear from her. Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it was.
See, I have a good memory for things like this. I might
don't.
remember the handle, but I can tell you what happened about 10 years ago. It wasn't 10 years. But at the same time, I remember not hearing from you, and I text going, "Is everything okay?" And you were like, "Yeah, I just had a baby." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was in the gym.
Yeah, that was it. You were doing going to the gym. You were on the way,
day
or
before.
you were there. Yeah. There was something mental.
Yeah, and I went back to the gym then. We weren't allowed to go back straight away, so it was 3 months after. But still, even with that, so I had bad diastasis recti, where your abdominal muscles split, and even now I can still get my hand in a little bit, not too bad.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with being at the gym. It had nothing to do, like, I altered all my exercises. I do the plank. I wouldn't do any sit-ups or anything. And I went back to the gym at 3 months, so I was still kind of physically fit and physically strong. But getting back up on the horse, I don't know whether it's just the ligaments just don't come back in.
Oh,
I just feel a lot looser.
Yeah, I'm way looser.
In my head, I know what I need to do. I know how it feels. Like, I can imagine the whole feel of it. But then, I'd be wrecked after 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, I was okay that way, but I was very loose. Like, very loose. I remember the first jump back in Bambi, and I just went, and she wouldn't be the most, like, she wouldn't be explode behind you. She'd be, when she was younger, she was a bit more extravagant. Now she just is like me. She minds her energy. She just does what she has to do. Yeah. But still does it nicely. Like, not to take from the poor out bed, because she's as good. But I mean, like, I couldn't balance. And then
did you do yoga then after that? Or
I didn't do yoga until, don't really know what I did, to be honest with you, after Cahill. I think I just got back into it in my own time. She was coming back from having Ruby, so it was easy. Okay. Whereas on Rua then, I actually, because I did Lani and Rua back to back, I'd say I walked incorrectly. Yeah. And my posture wasn't great. And anyone who has ever seen me pregnant will tell you I go that way and I go that way. So, and my bum goes that way. So, like, I'm kind of like yeah, it's just
basically.
Yeah. I'm just all there. So I walk incorrectly. My posture is absolutely horrific. And I'd say I was walking badly on my feet, and my tendons and ligaments were cruelly tight. So I took up yoga.
Yeah.
This year. Read Yoga Care. Just throw it out there. Brilliant. Yeah. No pains. I was actually going to have to go for x-rays. They were like, you probably have heel spurs. And I just took up yoga. Someone said, you need yoga, you need stretch. And like, even you see me now, I haven't done yoga in a few weeks, right, because I was sick. But even the stretches back, the first day she asked me to do this, us to do it, my shoulders would not go back. I was like this. She's like, can you stretch back? I said, no, that's as far as it went. Yeah. Desperate. So I'm convinced it's from all the pulling and just bad posture, and you can't do much about it.
So I suppose the tip would be kind of like, take it slow and do it at your pace. You decide what you want to do. Just because someone else has got back in a couple of weeks after. Yeah. I haven't gone back. I ride occasionally.
Yeah.
So, I know. But I'm not wrong and you're not wrong.
No. No, it's just
Whatever
whatever you
works
need to do.
for
Like I
you.
have baby horses that just have to be ridden and brought back, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I do have a rising 3. Like she's just gone 3, so I have started her.
Yeah.
But, like I don't know. Do I want to get on her? Like I need to get on something for a while first
To get back into
get the feel of it.
Yeah.
The strength is there, no problem.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
to get
one
back.
rain stop all day, every day. But like if it's gonna do something, like I don't have that
That's my
core
worry.
muscle memory.
Yeah, I was saying this. I do Shane with Shane McKenna does. I do lessons with him, and I was saying that to him. Everything's fine, but if Ruby took off, she's very scopy, lads. She took off plunge and book, and Anna's gone. I am fucking stuck on the moon somewhere.
Big.
And she's big. She's 17-1.
Yeah, it's a long way up.
It's a long way up. And like she fucking fart or book, lads, I'm gone.
I can imagine the younger people if they're watching this laughing because it's like, oh, it's a long way up. Yeah, when I was in my 20s, doesn't matter what height, doesn't matter how quick they were,
and
I
your
sit on them.
falls, you bounce.
You bounce.
You in your 20s, I'll give you a warning now. I had, wait till you hear this one. You won't be so smart after this. So we would have bounced and gotten back up. On Cahill.
I've got scars down to the bone here.
Yeah,
you
do.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Anyway. On Cahill, my appendix burst. I was 6 weeks pregnant on him. Yeah, of course. So the hospital anyway, won't go into it, thought I just couldn't handle pregnancy. Probably wasn't wrong, but there was something else going on. So they elected to go in, blah, blah, blah. They had a look. They asked me before the elected surgery, have you had any major accidents? No, I haven't. Okay, so I had my surgery, big clean-up job. They came up afterwards and said, you didn't disclose you had a major accident at one time. I said I didn't. They said you must have been in a serious car crash. You were full of scars and adhesions. Right? Lectured me. And I said I didn't. So they kept going on. You were full of scars all around here, all down. And they said, what do you do? I was horse ride. They were like, that's it. The falls. It's like I've been in a major car crash on the inside. So, you may laugh at us now, right? But trust me, it's affecting you. Don't give up, it's a great sport. But I'm just saying, like, you think when you're young, you get fallen, you're a bit stiff. Yeah. That gave me some eye-opener, Emily. Like, that comment of, you must have been in a crash. You have to have had a major accident. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
I remember
that's frightening.
I remember turning up to A&E at one stage and like they couldn't even see my face because I'd face planted. We'd gone over like a post and rail fence, and then 2 strides after it was a ditch. It's on a cross country course, and my horse didn't like ditches, and I hadn't walked the course. Like I'd walked it, but hadn't taken much notice. And I knew it was 2, and I pushed, and she saw the ditch, and she just flattened. And now I only broke my hand, but like the whole lot of me, they saw me coming. They were like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "No."
Doctors hate horses.
I called Gemma the bionic woman. She's got more plates and screws in her.
Should we like Nick Skelton next?
Yeah.
Do you remember that night with Nick Skelton?
Who is it? Is it?
We're in the ODS.
Tony McCoy has like 21 or 22 different. I can't remember.
Something mad.
Something ridiculous.
Do you remember that night in the ODS? Nick Skelton and me.
No, I don't think so.
Do you not remember you to ask me to cop on with lunch? And this isn't pre-recorded. Yeah. No, do you not remember I was trying to ask could I rub myself against him and get some of his talent? He didn't say no, but we couldn't.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that?
We're talking about getting back on the horses after Paisley, and you're talking about rubbing yourself off Nick Skelton to get a bit of talent.
Well, not now. I wouldn't do it now.
Did it work?
He wouldn't let me near him now.
Right.
No, but you remember that? That's just how these conversations flow.
No, I'd say I was very drunk.
Yeah. Blanche, I think, told me, or someone told me. It was very embarrassing.
Probably would have been me now, to be fair. I would have got notions, but like, can't be doing that.
I think it was. I just have a feeling it was
I even there? Was I gone by that stage?
You were there.
There was one RDS.
I didn't last very long at those nights out. It was kind of like hell for leather for an hour and a half, and then it was...
Maybe it lasted a bit longer than that.
No, I don't think so, Emily.
don't know. I just remember there was one that I was in bed by 8 and I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, hungover as crap, and then I went back to bed for another 6 hours. I woke up and I was fine.
Yeah, no.
They were the days.
Oh, they were the days. We're talking about pregnancy and random things, and then we talk about this.
Yeah.
But on that note, you should get back in the saddle if you're thinking of it. Get a good support network around you.
Yeah.
Good family, good friends, people who encourage you.
Gym, fitness, yoga, work on yourself.
Work on yourself
Work
and
on
your
yourself.
confidence, and do it at your level. Like, I mean, people were really good to me when I went back
Start
jumping.
off on the cubs. If you like, start off on the hunters. Start off on the
whatever you're comfortable with and gets you back to where you would like to be. If it's just enjoying the sport or going for a hack, you just do what you have to do. Don't be silly. Like, you're not going
like.
to
What do I ring up if I ring up you or Gemma or Blanche? I was like, can I actually ride it? As in, it's not going to go ballistic.
Oh, sure, we went out
Do you know?
the last day.
You know, as long
Had
as
a lovely
it's
day. It was
safe.
nice, simple, easy.
I do like a bit of blood. I do like a bit of go to it, but I can't have anything dirty. I just couldn't be arsed. Couldn't be arsed. Too old for
But
that shit.
it's too old, and it's just, unless you're doing it the whole time.
No.
You have to be. You can't be silly. It's your neck at the end of the day. That's how I see it. Like, you could just get, I know you could get a fall walking across the road and get hurt, but like, there's been just silly about it. Yeah. And there's no point being silly about it.
No, and there's proper postpartum physios now, which are really, really good. Postpartum fitness plans.
Yeah, and there's really excellent, if you don't want to go into a gym, there's really excellent trainers that specialise in equestrian as well. So, you know, they're really excellent. I haven't used them, but I do have clients who have, and they're really, really good. Yeah. You know, they get great results.
You just have to look. And don't just get back on the saddle and just do that. If you feel there's something lacking or missing, go and look for the answer to it. Just because the person down the road isn't doing it because they're fine, or you know, everyone's different.
Everyone's story is different.
You know, the same way, like Anna's back riding, back jumping. I'm not.
Yeah, but that's
I ride
different.
Occasionally, but like.
Yeah, but like that, our circumstances are very different.
Yeah, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. But I could easily ride, like, if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I've horses there. I've had horses anywhere else. I could go back jumping.
Absolutely. But it's a different. It's just where it is, and that's it.
And you can't feel any less for not riding. I've seen a lot of people I've had a lot of conversations with people that if you're not riding, people look down on you, as in, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. They forget the fact that you've done that for 30 years.
Yeah.
You rode all those arsehole breakers. You had all those racehorses. You had all the youngsters.
They think on this.
You know.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't jump the Grand Prix tracks. Like, do you know,
it doesn't
Jesus
matter
Christ.
though. Yeah, that's a different ball game. But like,
and I don't have the balls to go eventing those big. I'd need.
No, my best friend over in England, Tomas, he won't mind me mentioning him, does it, and he has shown me videos, and I was like, why would you do that? I actually ring him to make sure he got home safe from eventing. You're brave people.
Yeah.
You're
Upright.
very brave people.
No holes in the ground and no drops.
Yeah, no drains. Hunting, me, drains. Fell off at every drain. Went forward in a show jump position, just got topped. And couldn't understand how. How have I fallen off?
Because you don't need to move.
Because you just sit back. Don't go forward, Anna.
Yeah.
Don't go forward.
So yeah, it's okay, but I do find people look down like, oh, she doesn't ride anymore, she hasn't a clue.
Yeah.
But you know how it should look. You know how it should feel. You know, you have an idea of what could be fixed. Yeah. And like, when you get back on, it's going to take you time, and I think you would be probably frustrated.
It's really frustrating,
time, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's hard. Like, I mean, it is hard. There's no point saying it isn't. I mean, I was very self-conscious. Still am. I would still be self-conscious. Yeah, I would be. I'm not worried about things going wrong. I'm worried about me on top of the horse. I'm like, how loose do I look? How wobbly do I look? Am I really wobbling over the fence? And actually, most of the time, I'm not. But because my core is still cut apart, you know, it's just, and has been done so twice, I'm just not quite where I was at.
And Rua is how old now for everyone?
A year.
Yeah. So it does take, like, this is what I was saying about previously, that it's the 2 years.
Oh, easily.
10 months and then another 14 months afterwards.
Yeah, and that's for, do you know what, Emily? I think that's for people who've been ill as well.
Yeah.
Do you know, in recovery from anything, any illness, like you have to just, same, now pregnancy is not an illness, but I'm just saying along the lines of be kind to yourself.
Hangover is also not an illness. I've seen
hangover is an illness.
People puking down the side of horses on the gallops.
Hangover is an illness.
Do you ever do that?
No. I got very clever in my late 20s that I could not handle hangovers.
Oh really?
Yeah. But I'll tell you a good one. I nearly reset after having Cahill and Rua. Could drink away and get up the next day and function.
Bloody hell. That's an
Yeah.
achievement.
It is an achievement.
Yeah.
Except for the last time I went hard on it on Rua over in England.
So I wasn't there.
Oh no.
Everyone says everyone's really bad stories involve me, but obviously not.
No, I did this to myself. Without the aid of anyone else. Well, probably encouraged by Tomas. He poured my gins. It's your fault.
But you didn't puke down the horse.
Didn't puke. I fainted. I didn't faint. I probably fell over from drink and cried because I was like, I have fainted. There is something wrong. James like, no, you're just hungover and you're severely dehydrated. Oh, fainted. Fell out of the camper van.
Well, that wasn't on a horse though.
Wasn't on a horse.
No. No puking in muck heaps, puking in stables.
Probably did a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give yourself time.
Just be kind. Yeah. Kindness is key to yourself and have a good support network. Don't drink and ride horses. Sorry, I didn't think of that before I said it. Don't drink and then get up on a horse and think you're going to be okay. But I said don't drink and ride, thinking of don't drink and drive. Didn't think of everything that
I was thinking about horses. I wasn't thinking about the other. Now I am. But I was thinking about just the horses. And I was also thinking about back in the day in Millstreet and that, and the RDS.
The long bar.
But you used to be drinking till 5, 6 in the morning.
Was anyone there for the Millstreet streaker? Were you there that year for that? I remember sleeping in the lorry and there was an announcement over the PA, you know, the Millstreet radio that used to be going, that there was a streaker. Whoever you are, I have thought about you so often. I don't know who it was. They were running around, streaking around Millstreet. Whoever that was, you can send us a message and let me know. I really want to know who that was still. It was 10 years ago or more.
On that note, we'll finish. I don't want to go any worse than that.
No, it's just getting a little bit out of hand. Millstreet streaker, contact us.
No.
Me.
Her?
Me, I want to know who you are.
I couldn't give a shite.
And if it's someone I fell out with, just don't contact me.
Okay, bye.